everyone, I hope you're all doing well. For today's video, I'm going to show you how you can load a dishwasher. So a dishwasher is really convenient if you are able to use it. It just makes it a lot easier so that way you have time to do other things since it's all just automatic. But there are a lot of ways that you can load a dishwasher. You might have your own way of doing it, but from what I was reading, there's like a proper way of doing it. So I'm just gonna share with you all of the tips and tricks I've learned. That way you have clean dishes. So let's get to it. So here are all of my utensils. So I have big spoons, little spoons, I have butter knives, I have a knife, forks. So what you can do, you can try to mix and match your utensils because if you place two spoons together, especially ones that kind of like stack up, it's going to nest and it's going to prevent like that thorough cleaning. But you can always mix and match if you wanted to. That's also fine. It's just gonna, you'll just have to like separate them when you put them in the drawer. But so what I'm just gonna do is I'm gonna kind of like place each of the utensils in its own little holder. I'm just gonna kind of separate them slightly so that way they don't stick. So you don't have to pre-rinse. You can just go ahead and scrape off your food into a trash can, or else your soap or detergent you're using is going to kind of damage the material of your dishes, and it's going to defeat the purpose. So go ahead and scrape it off. And then if you have plates like these, you can go ahead and put them on the bottom rack. You just want to make sure they're facing inward and that you're not kind of crowding your dishes so that way they get properly cleaned. So for cups and mugs, you want to put them on the top rack at an angle so that way the water doesn't pool on top and it will just slide right off and it gets thoroughly clean. You don't want to put them up facing up like this because then the water will just collect on there, so you want to make sure that you place it upside down. So if you have like big serving spoons, they might not fit in the cutlery holder because it might be too tall, so you can go ahead and place them facing down like that so that way the water doesn't pool into the little scoops. So for your flatter dishes like a cutting board or a flat pan, you can line them up along the sides wherever you find some space. And so you can place your smaller bowls right on top. You can also place them on the bottom, but I have room, so I'm just gonna line it up right on top and just angle them so that way the water as well as the other stuff I've mentioned doesn't pool on top and it just kind of slides down. So you can place some of your pots and pans upside down. Just try to make sure that you don't try to block any of the dishes from getting cleaned, and you just want to try to fit them in. So if you have like plastic containers, I would recommend putting them somewhere away from the heat source. So usually the top rack is the best option. So you just want to go ahead and kind of follow the bowls I have here, and if it doesn't fit, kind of just try to angle them in another area. And then if you have like a little hook thing you can hook the plastic lids on so that way it doesn't fall, you can do that, but you can just go ahead and stick it to the side like that. So after I have all of my dishes in, you want to make sure that you're running a full cycle, or else you're just wasting the water and electricity. And then after you add your soap and all of that, you can go ahead and turn on your settings and you are good to go.